Okay, now I'm unmuted. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another live stream from Hack This Fall. And this time we are here right after the opening remarks that we did on Monday. Today we are here to talk about Vultr, one of our title partners, and they are definitely bringing a lot of cool things. The workshop title is From Local Builds to Global Deployments with Vultr, which I feel is going to be very interesting. But I'm just keeping an eye and trying to check if anyone is there in the live chat. So if you're here listening, which I see there are a couple of viewers, feel free to say hi in the chat. Just let us know if you're here, where are you joining in from, and I would just love to interact with you all as well. Um, well, I think in this workshop, we're going to discover some of like how to take your projects from the local built environments to global deployments with Vultr. Talking about Vultr, it's a cloud platform built for developers like you. So I think it's going to be super fast in the way you're gonna deploy your projects out there. So this workshop is going to be super interesting, and we have amazing prize from our title partner as well. So I think this is going to be an interesting night for you to while you attend this live workshop. One thing for you to note though, the session or the workshop content that we have today is recorded by Sanskriti, who is the junior developer relations at Vultr. So I'm going to bring that up in a bit, but I'm already seeing in the chat Dhruv is there. Thank you so much, Dhruv, for saying hi. Thanks for tuning in. I think I can already, like, without wasting any more time, bring up the recording from Vultr. And there we go. Feel free to go through the workshop content. If you have any questions, you can take a note on them. And just while this workshop is happening, feel free to post those questions in Vultr at HTF channel on our Discord server. You can join the Discord on discord.hackthisfor.tech. The link is also in the YouTube video description, so feel free to check that out. But just a heads up, if you have any questions, instead of dropping them in the live chat, you can drop them on the Discord server itself in the channel Vultr at HTF. So take a note of that. And without a further ado, let me quickly bring the Vultr workshop right here, and over you go.
Hello everyone, I'm Sanskriti Hermuk, a junior developer relations advocate at Vultr, and I'm excited to be here today on behalf of the Vultr team. But before we begin, I would like to thank Hack This Fall for giving us this stage to connect with such a vibrant builder community, joining us from different regions to hack, collaborate, and create together virtually. Just like this hackathon is highly available, so is Vultr, and that's exactly what we'll be covering over the next few minutes. We'll walk through what Vultr is, how it fits into your development and deployment workflow, and how you can leverage it throughout this hackathon and beyond to build, deploy, and scale confidently, all on a reliable and globally distributed cloud infrastructure. Let's start from the basics. What exactly is Vultr? We were founded in 2014 and we have grown to become world's largest independent cloud computing platform. Our mission since the beginning has been to expand access to high performance cloud infrastructure for developers around the globe by making it simple to use, cost effective, and composable. Our global footprints rivals the hyperscalers with 32 data center locations spanning 6 continents. That infrastructure allows us to reach 90% of the world's internet population in just 2 to 40 milliseconds. Currently, there are 3 million instances deployed on our platform per month. Our compute hypervisors uses kernel-based virtual machines, which means near-native performance with full isolation. To understand further, let's go layer by layer across Vultr's product stack. Vultr Cloud Compute gives you flexible virtual machines powered by latest hardware, optimized for reliability and performance across all workloads. We offer multiple compute options designed to match different workload needs. You can start with a regular cloud compute, which provides shared CPU instances perfect for lightweight applications, prototypes, or smaller web services. For more performance sensitive workloads, there is optimized cloud compute, which offers dedicated virtual CPUs and higher network throughput for consistent and predictable performance. And when you need full control over the hardware, Vultr Bare Metal gives you a dedicated physical server. For AI, ML, rendering, or gaming workloads, we provide dedicated NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. The provisioning workflow is identical to standard compute, meaning you can go from 0 to GPU runtimes within minutes without code updates. paperwork. Let's talk about Vultr Kubernetes Engine. It runs a fully managed control plane, so you only pay for the worker nodes. It supports both CPU and GPU node pools and can easily be integrated with Vultr Object Storage and Load Balancer. What's nice is because our network is flat and low latency, you can run hybrid workloads between Kubernetes pods and VM based services in the same VPC with zero NAT overhead. When it comes to data services, we have managed databases. Vultr supports PostgreSQL, MySQL, and Redis with point in time recovery and configurable read replicas, so your data is always available and easy to scale. Vultr Block Storage offers high performance, detachable, and expandable volumes available in both HDD and NVMe tiers, giving you flexibility as your storage needs grow. On the other hand, with Vultr Object Storage, you get a fully S3 compatible solution, meaning you can continue using familiar tools like Boto3, AWS CLI, or your existing SDKs without changing a single line of code. We also have a simple but powerful networking stack. For example, Virtual Private Cloud for private networking, load balancers with health checks and SSL termination, DDoS protection on the public edge, and Cloud Firewall for the stateless and instance level filtering. We also expose both IPv4 plus IPv6 dual stack networking, which you can enable on your compute instances. And these are just a few products Vultr offer to help you build end-to-end cloud architectures all under one platform. You can explore more directly through the Vultr customer portal or learn about each service in detail at docs.vultr.com. Now, when we talk about why businesses and developers choose Vultr, it really comes down to a few core strengths. Vultr has a truly global footprint with 32 data center regions across 16 countries on 6 continents, meaning you can deploy your applications closer to your users, reducing latency and improving overall performance. Our pricing model is simple, predictable, and affordable, with no hidden fees or complex billing. You always know what you're paying for. On top of that, Vultr is easy to use and API first, meaning everything you can do in the Vultr customer portal can also be automated via API. Perfect for developers who love to script, integrate, and optimize their infrastructure. We also take pride in offering high touch onboarding and reliable human support. So, whether you're deploying your first instance or managing large scale workloads, you'll find that help is always available. On the performance side, we are powered by the latest AMD and NVIDIA CPUs and GPUs. So, you can run anything from general workloads to high performance AI, ML, and HPC applications with ease. Vultr also fits seamlessly into multi cloud strategies, helping you diversify workloads, reduce cost, and avoid vendor lock in. And finally, we maintain enterprise grade compliance, security, and privacy, along with our growing Vultr Cloud Alliance ecosystem, which is a network of best of breed cloud services that integrate with Vultr, giving you even more flexibility and capability. Vultr follows industry standard frameworks and certifications that ensure your data and workloads remain safe, whether you're building locally or deploying globally. Our platform adheres to multiple international security standards like SOC 2 Type 2, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and ISO certifications. And we are constantly expanding our compliance coverage, including upcoming frameworks for data privacy and regional governance. So, when you deploy in Vultr, you can be confident that your applications are backed by enterprise grade protection and privacy standards no matter where you build. Now, let's talk about why we are here today. Our mission has always been to make high performance cloud infrastructure accessible to every builder. And for a fact, we know there are a few key things that matters a lot to developers. Speed, so you can deploy your ideas instantly. Simplicity and reliability, so you can spend more time building and less time managing infrastructure. Scalability, so your projects can grow without friction and vendor lock-in. And most importantly, cost effectiveness, so your innovation is not limited by your budget. And that's exactly what Vultr delivers. Whether you're spinning up a single compute instance for your hackathon project, deploying an application across regions, or experimenting with GPU powered AI workloads, we are here because hackathons embody what we value most: rapid prototyping, real world problem solving, and the spirit of experimentation. At Hack This Fall 2025, we introduced the Vultr Cloud Deployment Track, a space where you can take what you're building locally and bring it to life on the cloud using the same global infrastructure trusted by startups, researchers, and production scale applications alike. The Vultr Cloud Deployment Track is designed for builders that go beyond just deploying. It is for those who uses the cloud as a creative enabler. We are looking for projects that push boundaries, whether it is an AI powered system that uses open source LLMs and retrieval pipelines, a scalable API architecture, or an experimental tool that leverages Vultr's edge network for low latency experiences. The goal is to see how you integrate the cloud native thinking into your solution and design your application that performs, scales, and gets adapted globally. Now, of course, great innovations deserves great rewards. To recognize most impactful project deployed on Vultr, the top 3 teams from the Vultr Cloud deployment track will receive Vultr Cloud credits. First place will receive $1,000 in Vultr Cloud credits, perfect to take your prototype to production, experiment with GPUs, and even launch a global deployment. On the other hand, the rest 2 runner-ups will receive $500 in credits, giving you a strong head start to continue refining your project or building new ones. These credits are fully usable across our platform, so you can deploy and manage new compute instances, utilize cloud storage and manage databases, provision Kubernetes engine cluster, leverage networking capabilities, and experiment with serverless inference at your own pace. Alright, now it's time to get our hands on the Vultr customer portal and see how easy it is to get started. The first step is to create a new Vultr account. For that, navigate to vultr.com/register and enter a valid email address not previously associated with a Vultr account. Then input a strong password that satisfies Vultr's security requirements. Further, complete the reCAPTCHA verification, review the Vultr terms of service and privacy policy, and agree to them once done. Now click Create Free Account and the action will take you to the Vultr customer portal. But before we proceed with provisioning of resources, let's go ahead and verify our email address. For that, open your mail inbox. The verification email from Vultr should look similar to this. After authenticating the source, click Verify Your Email and the redirect to the Vultr customer portal with this message indicates that our email has been successfully verified. Now to claim your hackathon credits, visit the link provided in the instructions shared with you. Here locate gift code section and apply the coupon code which is HackThisFall2025. Once done, click on Apply Gift Code to redeem $100 in Vultr credits. The message here reflects that the gift code has been successfully applied. To verify redemption, you can navigate back to account, then to make a payment under billing, and here check the updated account balance upon gift code application. If at any point you feel stuck, you can refer to the step-by-step instructions detailed in how to claim hackathon credits guide shared with you. Now, as our first stop, let's see how to deploy a Vultr Cloud Compute instance. For that, from the left sidebar, go to Products, then to Compute, and here click on Deploy Server. This is where you define what kind of compute resources your application need. You are flexible to choose between a shared CPU, dedicated CPU, cloud GPU, or bare metal depending on your use case. For this demo, we'll go ahead with shared CPU. Next, pick a server region. Vultr offers 32 data center locations spanned across 16 countries. So select a region that is geographically closer to your user base. This will help in reducing latency. Then choose a compute plan that best suits your application requirements. For a lightweight application, you can go with a smaller plan. Later, you can scale this up with a larger plan that suits compute-intensive workloads. I'll go ahead with 1 virtual CPUs and 2 GB of memory. Now proceed with further configuring your instance. Here we'll choose what we want to install on the instance. You'll see a few options available here. Operating system installs a clean image on the instance. If you would like to learn more about each of the instance supported here, you can navigate to vultr.com/features/operating systems. For simplicity and reliability, we'll go ahead with Ubuntu 24.04 as this is widely used for development. You can even pick a marketplace application. This is one of my favorites as it installs pre-built software stack with an OS image. For example, you can deploy Docker, Supabase or Coolify right from the marketplace without needing to manually configure the environment from scratch. The ISO IPXE option lets you upload and boot from a custom ISO or PXE compatible image if you want a fully custom environment. You can also choose from ISO library query the predefined ISO images to run on your instance. And talking about the backup and snapshot, they are perfect if you want to recover a previous setup or clone an existing environment. Now let's switch back to the operating system. Further, let's configure the optional server settings. You can add an SSH key for a secure and passwordless login. You can start by generating the key locally using SSH keygen utility and then adding the public key in the Vultr customer portal under the SSH keys section. If you need step-by-step instructions, you can refer to our How to Use SSH Keys with Vultr Servers guide. You can also attach a startup script to automate configuration steps during deployment, or link a firewall group if created already to filter the incoming traffic right from the start. Once that is done, provide your instance a clear hostname and a label. Let's also touch upon the additional features supported on Vultr. Here you can keep automatic backups enabled for automated recovery in case of failure, and public IPv4 for seamless connectivity and external access. Additionally, you can enable IPv6 for modern networking and DDoS protection to safeguard against attacks. If you would like a private isolated networking between your instances, you can choose VPC network, and even cloud init user data to initialize and customize your instances on boot. We also recommend using limited user login for an on-root user account with pseudo privileges to perform administrative tasks securely. Once configured, review the deploy summary and hit deploy. This action will create a fresh Vultr Cloud Compute instance on your account. Now that our instance is up and running, let's click on it to fetch its key details. For example, IP address, login information, and a few performance metrics. From this management page, you can totally control, update, and monitor your instance at your own convenience. You can connect to this instance directly, and then you would be able to configure your application on this instance. You can even access your instance to continue, write yes and provide the password. And now you can access your instance securely. If you have applied the SSH key on your Vultr account, then you can connect by providing the path to your private key stored on your local machine instead. Now that we are inside the instance, let's quickly test to verify everything is working. First, let's update the apt package index and then install Nginx. Once the installation completes, allow the incoming HTTP traffic through the firewall. Let's also reload UFW to apply the updated rules. This ensures that the new firewall configuration takes effect immediately. Let's also check Nginx's status. If you see active running, it means that the web server is functioning correctly and ready to serve traffic. Finally, let's make an HTTP request to our instance's public IP address to verify it is reachable. If installed properly, here you should see the default Nginx welcome page. Alternatively, let's open our instance's public IP address in the browser. The same default page here confirms that our Vultr Cloud Compute instance is running, configured properly, and serving traffic over the internet. Now you can extend this setup and further configure your application to run on this instance. Now if your application needs a persistent volume, you can attach a Vultr block storage and mount it on your instance. It is expandable, detachable, and gives you the flexibility as your data grows. And if you need a shared file system, then Vultr file system is the way to go. It is fully managed and virtuFS based, meaning multiple compute instances can connect to the single volume simultaneously, which is super handy for file sharing or syncing application data. If your application stack involves multiple components, say microservices, APIs, or AI models, then our Kubernetes engine is ideal. You can containerize your application and deploy across multiple nodes for performance and resilience. This is also where you can integrate with Vultr Container Registry, helping you manage your private Docker images securely. You can also use Vultr serverless inference and run open source AI models instantly without needing to manage any GPU infrastructure. Just make an API call and your chosen model runs globally across Vultr's edge network. It is also RAG ready out of the box, meaning you can plug in retrieval augmented generation pipelines, connect your data sources, index documents, and build intelligent context-aware applications without setting up any backend manually. Vultr also offers managed databases which you can use to store user info, application content, analytics, or real-time features. You can even utilize Vultr CDN pull or push zones to speed up content delivery by caching and serving your website's static files from Vultr's edge server. Load balancer, on the other hand, can be used to distribute traffic intelligently across your deployments. On top of everything, Vultr's networking features help speed up connections, secure data flow, and link servers globally for better application performance. Additionally, it's always a good practice to associate a domain name to your instance's public IP address. You can purchase a new domain or use an existing one from your preferred registrar and manage your DNS records on Vultr DNS. This can be done by applying Vultr name server in your registrar's DNS setting. In this way, all your resources, including compute, domain, and networking, can be managed on a single platform. With that, we understand that the pool of products at your disposal is vast. But what we recommend is throughout this month-long hackathon, you explore the Vultr's ecosystem of services at your own pace and see how you can orchestrate them together within your application. Now it's time to walk through some essential Vultr resources that will support you as you navigate through the hackathon. First, the Vultr API reference, which you can access at vultr.com/API. This is where you can explore the complete API documentation for provisioning and managing your resources programmatically. It includes detailed request and response payload along with ready-to-use curl commands to automate deployments and configurations easily. Next is Vultr Docs, your go-to knowledge base to understand how Vultr services can be used independently and integrated with a diverse set of tools and frameworks. You can browse through a large pool of articles and guides crafted collaboratively by the Vultr team and our Vultr creators. Each hands-on article and guide includes runnable commands and code snippets and feature an explain code option powered by Vultr Agent. This is helpful to understand what a particular command does and why is it useful. We also have dedicated product documentation that walks you through how to provision and manage any Vultr product through Vultr Customer Portal, API, CLI, or even Terraform. The platform documentation, on the other hand, will help you if you feel stuck while navigating through the Vultr Customer Portal. We also have support documentation that addresses common queries and troubleshooting scenarios. Lastly, the reference documentation is designed to provide detailed insights into commands, arguments, and automation workflows using Vultr CLI and Terraform so you can integrate Vultr seamlessly into your deployment stack. For more hands-on and visual experience, you can check out Vultr Tech Talks playlist on YouTube, which is a collection of over 60 videos covering practical use cases, demos, experiments, and best practices for deploying and scaling applications on Vultr. Together, the resources shown form a complete toolkit to help you build, deploy, and manage your projects efficiently on Vultr throughout the hackathon. Now, as we wrap up this session, the key takeaway is that with Vultr, you can literally build without barriers. Whether you're running experiments, testing prototypes, or developing production-grade systems, Vultr gives you the flexibility and control to deploy anywhere instantly across our global infrastructure. At last, we would like to thank you for pouring your time, energy, and creativity to this hackathon. We are excited to see the range of projects you deploy and push the boundaries of what's possible with Vultr. If you need any help at any point, our team is right here to support you throughout your deployment journey. All the very best and keep flying high as you build through this hackathon and beyond.
Awesome. I think that was a quick intro on a lot of things actually. But highly recommend you all to go through this whenever you're like working around with Vultr and building or deploying your projects on Vultr. Not to forget, thank you so much, Sanskriti, for at first place recording this in spite of like the super tight schedule of your team. But it was really insightful to know and hear everything around the Vultr and what they have to offer. Um, Amazing resources, everyone. So in case you're stuck, please go through the resources. They have some intensive documentation. And the Vultr cloud deployment track, let me quickly open up that as well, because if I'm correct, they are giving away some numbers like $1,000 cloud credits for the first track. I will also link that in the chat so that you all can go through it as well. Let me quickly open this for you. And I'm just opening the side tab. Gonna share my screen at any time now. Share screen, tab, and here we go. So This should be here. Oh, let me also bring the screen to the stage. Remove, add. Okay, perfect. Yes, I'm gonna just increase the size of the window. Yes. So you can check out the Vultr Cloud deployment track already. All the things that Sanskriti also mentioned about the cloud track is already here. So you can check out the challenge description. For the first place, it's $1,000 in Vultr Cloud credits. Then there are two runners-up team, $500 each. So there's like 2,000 worth of prizes here, and you can go through all the eligibility guidelines, judging criteria, enough resources, I believe. There's so much more for you to explore, so please go through that as well. And then, in case you need any support, you can always reach out in Vultr at HTF channel right on the Hack This Fall Discord server. So you can also find that right here. And the workshop that we are doing right now is also linked here, so you can come and visit this recording anytime in the future. So, in case you might have missed the live stream, feel free to come back and watch the recording, share it with your team members as well. So, yeah, pretty much with the Vulture workshop, and I think it's time to wrap up the session. It was real quick, and this is how fast you can also deploy even faster your projects on Vulture. So that was it from our side. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and stay tuned for more workshops. Take care. Bye bye.